The doctors Hunter and Samuel, and of course the topic is the Cooperative Extension Program at Tennessee State University 2005. Of course, Dr. Hunter, we promised that we'd give you and Dr. Samuel an opportunity to talk about specific programs that you'd like to highlight in your specific area, in the area of home family life with you, and of course in the area of the 4-H club with Dr. Samuel. Let's start off by having you to talk about some of these programs, Dr. Samuel.
Sure.
I mean, Dr. Hunter.
Well, that's okay.
Well, you know.
And you almost said home economics.
Say home economics. Okay.
And it used to be home economics. It
okay.
did. And some years back, the name was changed to Family and Consumer Sciences.
Okay.
And then with my component is focusing on family life. What we are also striving to do in Cooperative Extension, we build partnerships. Our program comes under the auspices of the U.S. Department of Agriculture and is federally funded. However, we are partners, and so Tennessee State University is a federal partner in the efforts of Cooperative Extension. And we have been reaching out into the community, embracing community partnerships to establish a better rapport whereby service could be rendered to the less fortunate or the underserved or limited resource individuals. So we are focusing also some time and efforts on service learning and community partnership. And we're striving to help individuals in several areas, whether it be parenting, whether it be in nutrition, menu planning, or just family resiliency, just a whole gamut that we can be able to go out and just work with our partners. And the partners also consist of religious organizations, not only just public agencies or what have you, but we work with...
You're involved with churches?
We do, and we have held seminars at churches, health fairs, and what have you. And we also work in the community with the YMCAs, the Boys and Girls Clubs. So we are out there, but it's unfortunate that many people are unaware of our existence and what we have to offer them. And before we sign off, I would like to leave my telephone number with the public, whereby if they should have any questions, they could feel free to call or contact me, and I can discuss further some of the things that I may be able to involve myself and involve them in working together with us at Tennessee State Cooperative Extension.
Very good. And Dr. Samuel, we rarely think about the 4-H club now, as a matter of fact, but still it's a very, very active organization, and you've got some very, very good positive programs. Let's talk about some of those programs.
Well, in a lot of your rural counties, there are certain parts geographically of the state and of the U.S. that 4-H is just still viable and a great part of the community. It is in Nashville as well, but what we are really focusing on right now is looking at metropolitan urban issues and how to address those issues, because traditionally 4-H has been an agricultural type program. So again, the hip hop in the city, some of the leadership programs and seminars that we have been conducting are really more tailored toward metropolitan areas. We have a great entrepreneurship program called Mini Society, in which they learn about economics, about government, citizenship, learn how to develop a marketing plan. We know that the vast majority of business owners are not minorities, especially U.S.-born minorities. When you see a minority owning a business, typically they have, you know, come over here from somewhere else. So what we're trying to get young people to do is start thinking about what are some of the talent, skills, and abilities that you have that you could either provide a product or a service with and sell that, and that has been very, very successful. They actually develop their own society to decide whether or not it's going to be, you know, autocratic or democratic, whether or not they're going to have a welfare system. So really to get them thinking about some of the social issues and things that adults have to deal with every day, as well as a program called Teen Leadership Connection. And again, it's to think about building leaders for tomorrow, because they are our next mayors and lawyers and doctors and auto mechanics and teachers and everything else that will be 20 years from now, the young folks that we're working with. We have to really prepare them and guide them and direct them in a way that they will be able to demonstrate and exemplify the leadership skills that they need. I certainly want a good group of young people working when I retire, some of those types of things. So just a number of program camps, a program on communication, verbal communication, written, again, really focusing on life skills that are going to be simply critical for them to have to function effectively in society. That's our primary focus. Again, putting the urban twist on it, because we know that Davidson County is a very metropolitan area, and so some of the issues that the young people in this county are faced with may not be an issue in Cheatham County or in Wilson County. So we are really looking at what's going on here and focusing our efforts, energy, and attention on helping those young people develop in a positive manner.
You know, Dr. Sanders, let's have you, over the last 4 minutes that we have you and Dr. Samuel, to speak to the statement, the impact that the Cooperative Extension Program is having on the state of Tennessee. That is, you've got some information. Do you think that it's having a very positive impact, and if so, what are the positive things that are coming out of it? Let's look at it from that perspective.
Oh, yes, and I would say that we have profound impact on the programs we provide in Tennessee. And we go by a logic model, and in that logic model, of course, you know, the issues would be the inputs, and then you have the program delivery or the training where the individuals receive the knowledge. We look at how they have taken this knowledge and used the knowledge to develop skills and change their behavior or whatever it was that they were doing at first, what they're doing differently or what they plan to do. And so we have good reports on our impact, and I give you a case in point. In parenting programs, you know, people have an expression, well, it worked for my mama, it worked for me, and it'll work for little Johnny, but times have changed. What may have worked for you and me may not work for little Johnny, and the law really prohibits parents from administering punishment that you and I may have received when we were growing up. So it trains the parents to be able to make better decisions in choosing the method of punishment and discipline that they would administer to their children. You know, alternatives to spanking or what have you, or to make decisions to help their children to be focused and set some goals in their lives. So it starts with the parents so that they can set those goals and to change the things that they're doing, their practices, and to be more effective as family members.
You know, Dr. Samuel, looking at the impact that the 4-H club is having, do you think that it's a very, very positive kind of thing? And if so, what are some of the positive attributes of it? And if not, what should we do in order that we might improve what you're doing?
I certainly think that the outcomes have been positive. I think that there are enough young people that if it was 50,000 programs, it would still be something for us to do, something for other programs to do. And as Dr. Hunter mentioned earlier, a lot of what we like to do is collaborate with the schools, with Bethlehem Center, with Martha O'Brien, with a number of different programs to have the maximum impact that we can have, because we know that the young people are faced with so many issues, and they need the support from all of the programs in Metro Davidson County and beyond. So certainly I think that our programs are making a positive impact. One of the biggest advantages of this program, the types of programs that we do, is they are very hands-on, experiential type programs where we're not just sitting there lecturing and browbeating and telling them do this, 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 and this. They are actually engaged in learning how to write checks, learning how to make a budget. Some of the things that some adults don't even know how.
They will make a real difference in terms of their lives.
Exactly.
In a real sense.
Exactly. That's exactly correct. And of course, we do have to provide impact statements at the end of the year to receive funding from the federal government. And Tennessee consistently stays on the high list, the kind of stellar list as far as the programming that we're doing in the state. So we are most proud of that.
And so over the last half minute we have here, we could say that the Cooperative Extension Program in 2005 in a real sense is doing what the Cooperative Extension Program at Tennessee State University has been doing all along, but it's in a better position now to do more than it has done before. and that if it had the additional resources, I would imagine that probably comes through something like this, that you could probably do much, much more. But up until now, you are doing a very, very good job with what you have. Okay, and of course, I think that we'll accept that as a final statement today. And let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.